What's good, everybody? It's your girl, Ticah Deshawn. Thank you all so much for tapping in and tuning in this evening. We got a little something special going on for you guys. I know I was supposed to do this last week, but I had some things come up, so I couldn't. But tonight, we're going to do a little impromptu Ticah's Ruthless ratings, drop them on the compound, as well as we have some breaking news that I know you guys could absolutely use, okay? With that being said, before I get started, I got a special guest I want to bring into this whole vibe that we got going on because y'all can see we in the movies, right? But I got a friend that I thought I would, come on, invite to the party. With that being said, y'all check out this clip, and then I think y'all already know who it is, but we're gonna give you this clip. Hold tight.
Be careful the love you show. Because when you get to a certain level, you're going to be too busy to continue to show it.
Oh my God.
And then people going to start looking at you a certain way. And it's not that you on them or anything. You building, you going. You got things going on that they don't understand. So it's crazy because it's like the same shit that builds you up. They try to tear you down.
With that being said, you guys, you already know it's the one and only VKJ. What's good, VKJ?
What's going on, Tika? Thank you so much. You about to make me shed a tear up in here. Oh, thank you so much.
10K.
That was
Listen,
a dope video.
hey, how you feeling though? 10K subscribers. Like, talk to the
Listen,
people. How you feeling
I'm
about that?
humbled. Listen, I'm humbled. I'm thankful. Thank you to you and everybody for your support. Like, it's definitely hard work that we put in, you know what I mean? So when people appreciate it, they subscribe, and I just want to thank all the Vacay fam for subscribing to your boy, Next stop, 20,000, 100,000, and let's make it happen, fam. I'm excited. I'm excited. Let's do it.
Absolutely, and it's definitely going to happen. So with that being said, you guys, I want to take a little bit of a note from the VKJ TV Book of Knowledge. Okay, I learned something new from this dude every time we connect. I have this quote from the one and only Tyler Perry himself. And Jay, I know we didn't go over this, but I just want to know your thoughts. I'm going to read it out loud, and then just let me know your thoughts on this particular quote.
Okay.
It says, the most important thing that I learned in growing up is that forgiveness is something that when you do it, you free yourself to move on. It's not an easy journey to get to a place where you forgive people, but it is such a powerful place because it frees you. Tyler
Wow.
Perry himself.
Wow. 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 Shout out to you. Shout out to Tyler Perry. It's something that I think all of us work on practicing every day. Um, so many people have done us wrong. So being able to forgive and move forward sometimes is the hardest thing to do, but it's possible. I've done it many, many times. And that definitely, forgiving people freed me up to do what I do and elevate and just move forward. Like if we never forgive, we hold that grudge and all of that's just going to be a heavy weight on our shoulders. So, yeah, shout out to Tyler Perry and shout out to you for bringing this quote to the forefront so we could talk about it.
Listen, I thank you. But we absolutely needed this quote. Everybody, I think I definitely needed this quote, especially this week, last week. Forgiveness is not just about the person that you're forgiving, it's
Yeah.
about yourself. And just as Tyler Perry said within that quote, just like you said, Jay, life you can't really move on until you not only forgive, but then you're able to move on within yourself because you're not holding that bit of anger, that bit of disappointment against
Hmm.
or holding it to yourself because it's using up all your energy. So
Yep.
shout out to Tyler Perry for coming up with some amazing thoughts, some things that make you think and say, as Arsenio Hall used to say, things that make you go, So
Yeah.
anyway, you guys, let's dive into Ticah's Ruthless ratings. And the first television or made for TV program we're going to talk about is entitled Ruined. Now, Ruined stars uh, Carrie Hilson, Chris Warren. Now, Chris Warren, you guys have seen him in Sisters. And then there's Annie Alyanve, okay? So this movie in particular is streaming right now on BET Plus. Again, it's entitled Ruined, but it starts off where there you see somebody running from somebody. We're going to find out later on who it is that's running from someone. But then we see this couple. They make their way through their college life. They go into their professional lives. And then we see that she is unable to have a baby for because they both want the child, but I think he wanted it more than her. But she's
Yeah.
unable to have that child at the moment. So then she goes on and she meets this therapist, also known as Dr. Torres, which Jay, let me know your thoughts. Where we are right now, the character Carrie Hilson portrayed. Just give me your thoughts on her character itself.
The character. Well, first off, shout out to Carrie Hilson. Um, Carrie Hilson just fine. She just fine AF. Okay. So number one, shout out to the casting because Carrie Hilson is just dope. But super psycho, super strategic. Like it's like she planned this all that time to do it exactly like this. She was very methodical. I mean, she was to the point of being menacing. Like, and I loved it. I loved it. But she was being like a professional at the same time. I mean, going to visit homeboy at his office, the OBGYN, and doing all types of crazy stuff. Like, she was sick with it, literally sick with it. So, yeah, I thought Carrie Hilson did a great job at portraying this person.
Right. I've never seen her in this light. She
Yeah.
played crazy very well. So
Hmm.
for those of
Too
you
well.
way too well. So for those of you that are just tapping in, we're talking about the film entitled Ruined, and it's streaming right now on BET Plus. So we find out that the character or the Detective Torres or Dr. Torres, I'm sorry, y'all, she is actually the doctor's ex-girlfriend who literally flipped off of the top of a building and then ended up getting plastic surgery to basically come out looking like a totally different person. So no one really knew who she was. So with that, just like Jay said, she goes through and she does some sneaky freaky things. She goes to the doctor's appointment, like she sets up a doctor appointment with him because he is the OBGYN. So she sets that appointment up with him. And ladies, if y'all ever had a pap smear, don't be in that flirt with your doctor because this right here, she literally did
Woo.
just that. And it was almost as if you're over 21, okay, cool. If you're under 21, you need to get up out of here right now because it's gonna get a little graphic. She basically had an orgasm right there on the
Mm,
table with the doctor
mm.
giving her the pap smear. Now listen, y'all, I'm a woman and I have a pap smear. And this thing is not always fun. So whatever she
Uh-huh.
was going through up here, I guess she was either visualizing her man back in the day or whatever, but it took sis to the top. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
she really, I'm gonna say this, if you have an ex-boyfriend that is a OBGYN and you miss him and you want him to touch you, just change your face up and make an appointment and he will touch you everywhere that he needs to, getting your pap smear, and you will get your freak on right there. Kind of sick, but it's effective.
yeah, pretty much. We saw it in
Yeah.
her face. So I'm gonna move on because yeah. Uh, so then there is a plot twist. Now,
Mm,
Jay, what? No, there's no right or wrong answer. But for you, what was the plot twist? And I think we kind of covered it. As far as her being his ex girlfriend, did
yeah.
that qualify for you as the plot twist with her pretending to be the wife's friend, the wife's therapist? Um,
Therapist, yeah. Yeah,
right.
it was being a therapist. It was, the whole transfiguration of her face. It was breaking, it was just I really, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't figure it out until probably the middle part of the act that that was the same girl.
Okay.
Because they set it up really well.
Right.
They set it up really well. She was at the marketplace or whatever, and she's
Mhm.
like, "Yeah, I overheard you. Here's my card. I'm a therapist." But it was so strategic. She knew exactly who, the wife was. She knows Landon. That's his name, Landon, right?
Right,
She
Landon.
knows Landon, and she was just making her way through it all. So it was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Absolutely. So then we get to a moment where we see she cray for real. She's upset that he is, even though they're having their problems, it's not like he's working to walk away from his wife. If anything, he's just trying to
Mhm.
figure out what the heck is wrong with her, as far
Yeah.
as them not communicating with each other. And then
Hmm.
again, just like you said, she sets it up to where they end up in therapy. And then she's the doctor that he ends up visiting, but he doesn't say anything at the time. He kind of keeps it between him and her because I'm sure, just like a lot of people, he wouldn't want to, create additional confrontation between his wife when they're already going through something.
Right.
So,
And they was going through a lot too. I mean,
yes,
especially because he really wanted to have a baby, and
right,
she kind of didn't really want to have a baby,
right.
but they were trying, and they were already going through their marital problems with that stress. So yeah, if he did bring it up, I think it would have been just more stress for both of them.
Right. And
Mhm.
that's definitely a difficult thing when the in the relationship, in the marriage, where one wants something and the other one does it, as in a child. One wants a
Yeah.
child, the other one does it because the other one is like focused on their career, or they're trying to rebuild their career, because she's like, "Look, you have your career. I'm trying to get really established within my own." And they go
Hmm.
through this whole tumultuous situations where she's pregnant, then she's not. She's pregnant, then she's not. So that's another thing that kind of plays on her psyche in regards to having a baby. Like a lot of that
Yeah.
stress and everything was kind of causing her to be infertile at the moment. So
Hmm.
so then we see there's a moment where someone goes into the home, breaks up the baby bed, and of course, he blames her because he thinks she doesn't really want the baby. And plus she goes online and starts selling a lot of the baby clothing and all of that stuff. And
Yeah.
so he's like blaming her for a lot of the things that is already going on. So we find out that Cray Cray Queen has placed not only cameras in the house, but she's also went in there, broken up the baby bed, kind of
Crazy.
destroyed some things. She also had a moment on their bed, like she was
Yeah.
devious. She went in there to arouse herself. she was
Yeah.
she just did a lot. So they said,
Even if you back it up, remember she locked her in her office
right,
and then
right,
went to their house to
right,
break up everything and to do everything that you just said. So that
yes,
part was like you you locked the lady in the office, and then she's looking through her stuff, and that's when she kind of like discovers, okay, who is this girlfriend that was with my husband back in high school? What's her name? Tara. Who's Tara?
Tara, yep,
Right?
yep.
So yeah, it was well written. It was good. It was good. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So these are the days where we're gonna actually spoil it simply because it's been out
Okay.
there for a while. So I'm gonna fast forward to where, okay, so she runs into the brother. Okay,
Yeah.
now then she literally has a one night stand, but all of this is set up. Now I don't know if the one night stand was set up for him to go to the house, and maybe it was because he was able to walk around the house and
Yeah.
see the images, the shrine that she literally made. She had pictures of him, she had pictures of the wife, she had pictures of Landon, like a whole shrine dedicated to trying to get Landon back and researching and information on them.
Well, remember, Landon and his wife, they planned that out.
Okay,
Let's get your
okay.
brother to go over there and find out what he can find out. Let him sleep with us. So they planned it out, but they didn't know that, what's her name, Tara,
Tara, yeah.
Carrie Hilson, fine ass
Yes.
Carrie Hilson.
Mr.
They didn't
Baby.
know, yeah, they didn't know that the cameras were there. So she was kind of expecting it because she heard the plan through her setup of
That's
the
right.
cameras on the bed. So
Right.
she
That's
knew what,
right.
what was going on. So that's why she got a little something from the brother,
Right.
and she let him roam. And then she had a little knife ready for him to jiggy
Yeah.
jiggy jiggle. You
She
know what I
carved the
mean?
turkey. She carved the turkey.
He sure did.
So so listen. So then thank you for reminding me of that.
All good.
So she's looking for her brother. She's like trying to find call, and he's not answering. Of course, he's not
Hmm.
answering because he has been unalived. And so they go over to the house. They're trying to trying to see if he's there. And of course, they run into Tara. So y'all see, she
Hmm.
looks crazy. She looks thrown off. If you guys have already watched Ruin, drop your comments in the comment section. Let me know your
Yeah.
thoughts on what this whole film. Just let me know your thoughts. And then at the end, within the midst of all of that, there is a physical altercation, and I don't know why I can't remember the wife's name, but she ends up having to take the life of Tara, and or not take the life, but she ends up
Attempt.
attempting to take the
Hmm.
life.
Yeah.
Well, they always bring the bad person back because when we see Tara next, she is. I'm gonna come back to that, but she's locked up.
Yep.
But not only is she locked up, she sees that they did have that baby
Hmm.
that they had been trying to have. Now she lied about having a baby with him, so he was thinking, "Oh, I got a 16-year-old son out there somewhere."
Right.
But of course, Tara lied. That was her ploy to try to get back into the life of Landon,
Yep.
and her plan failed. But looking at the way that this ended, do you think they're going to give us a part two?
I would like a part two, but with everything that she's done, I don't think she getting out no time soon, unless they twist it like an escape. They could always twist and be like, "Oh well, she escaped." Da 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 da. And they're kind of looking for her. Let's say, and again, I'm just creating right now. I'm just
Right,
writing the
right, right.
script.
Write the
Let's
script.
say, yeah, like write the script. Let's say that they actually something that happens where he wants to open up another branch, so they move to a whole different location. So she just goes and searches, and then she finds them, and then she like you know gets an apartment or some type of place across from where they live, and then she just kind of stalking them. I think it would be cool to see that again, but just it has to have another twist to it,
Right,
to make us be like, okay, is it going to be the same scenario? Is she going to run away this time? Is somebody going to be unalive? So they got to do something. If they're going to do a part two, it has to be like uh, maybe her and another ex girl to
right, right,
lab. Like, you went out with
right.
Landon too? For real? So,
Like the big payback. We're gonna get it back twofold this time around.
right, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, okay. So with that, like I said, they get the baby that they wanted. Of course, she's in jail looking at the baby, looking at Landon, and the brains is just spinning, spinning,
Yeah.
spinning. And who knows whether or not they're gonna give us another part to this. But at the end of the day, look at her, y'all. She looked crazy. Carrie Hilson, again, just like you
Yeah.
said, Jay, she freaking killed it. She killed it.
Yeah.
I've never seen this side of her. So for those of you that have never seen Ruin, I absolutely recommend that you check it out. With that, I gave Ruin a 9. Y'all know I'm always giving people high scores.
Yeah.
Jay, what would you rate it?
Now, I can rock with you on the 9. I can rock with you on the 9. We actually match on that.
Okay.
What could have been done different? What was a story hole? Um, I don't think there was a story hole. I think there was a lot of setups that we didn't find out till later on, which I
Right.
like. I
Right.
like. I don't like. We'll talk about it in the next one.
Yeah.
But we talked about it already. I don't like how the writers will reveal too early it's like, you hit that punchline too early, or you hit the climax too early. So, we'll get to that. But I can rock with you on the 9.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So again, all right. I gave it a 9 simply because I saw a different side of Carrie Hilson.
Yeah.
Landon, the character that plays Landon, he's always, or the guy who plays Landon, he's always getting on everybody's nerves. In Sisters, he's like that one that you just want to literally drop on the compound. But
Hmm.
he gave us a more serious side, a more loving, more fun character in this. And
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with the work of the young lady, but to collectively the chemistry that everybody put together in this film, it was actually pretty good, as if everyone was placed where they were supposed to be placed. So that's
Yeah.
why
She
I
won.
gave it 9.
Oh, yeah, she actually, not to interrupt you, she actually
Mm-hmm.
she's been in a lot of stuff as like a supporting actress.
Right,
So
right.
we're gonna see more of her once she gets her own, like, leading role.
Starring role, yes.
Yeah, leading role. But that guy, you said he was, what was he in? What other show
He's
was
in
he in?
Sisters. He was also, for the
Yeah.
young people, he was also in High School Musical. I don't know if you guys
Okay.
go that far back, but he was also in High School Musical.
Yeah, that's why I'm
So
unfamiliar with him. But he did a good
yeah,
job. He did a good job. Honestly, before we move on, I actually thought when he was having an argument with her, I actually thought he was a little psychotic too. I thought he
right.
was like, like
A
gonna
bit
do something to her.
narcissist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, because it was all about like his career, but he's not taking time to consider her thoughts, her feelings as to
yeah,
whether or not she really wanted to have this baby. And then you
yeah.
also have to think, and then continuously having miscarriages, it could literally play on your psyche
Oh yeah.
and cause you to go in a bit of a depression, which is what she really experienced. And that's why she was trying
Hmm.
to get back into her business as well, so that she
Yeah.
could kind of like take that whole situation off, basically get that off of her mind. But
Hmm.
again, I would definitely watch this again and again and again, which I did. I had to watch it multiple times and still forgot the name, but it's okay.
Right.
I do recommend that you guys check it out. It's entitled Ruined, and it's streaming now on BET Plus. Okay. So, you guys, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna try to make this one quick because Jay had a little something to say about this one, which is, all opinions are
Yeah. Let's
always
go.
valued, but it was good conversation, good conversation. So, with that being said, you guys, that's my phrase. We're going to check out now, entitled "A Taste of Betrayal," and it
Mm.
stars. Let me go back because here we go with I forgot to hit pause. That's my fault. But it stars London Delicious Charles. Y'all know London
Yeah.
from what is it?
Flavor
Flavor
of Love.
of Love and some of
Yeah.
everything else. Yes.
Hmm.
And then of course it has our guy O'Shea Russell, also known as Tommy,
Yeah.
from All the Queen's Men, that is a part of this. And then
Yeah.
y'all, one more character that we have seen in Zatima is
Okay.
she plays Jade, but her name is Danielle LaRoche, and she plays Belinda in doggone Zatima, and she literally gets on my nerves in Zatima, but I'm okay with that because she's absolutely killing it. She's absolutely killing it.
Okay. Mm.
So this movie, A Taste of Betrayal, basically is about a woman who finds out that her husband is cheating with her best friend. I'm gonna just let this play through. She finds out that her husband is cheating with her best friend. She gets so frantic that she ends up in a car accident. After this car accident, she makes her way home, and hubby pulls up. Got to put Tommy on the screen. He pulls up at the house. Now, mind you, they are already going through a divorce, but she's refusing to sign the divorce papers. Jay, what were your thoughts just at this very beginning of this film? What were your thoughts on it?
I mean,
Like, was it like, oh,
I thought
or
she was I thought she was like trying to hold on to it all, just the typical storyline where, she's not trying to give up. She's trying to work it out. She loves the lifestyle. She's really in love with this guy, but things are not going right, and she refuses to kind of see the way that he sees it. So he wants to move forward. He's not trying to cheat. but he's trying to get a divorce and move on with his life, right? So I mean, she's making it
Right.
difficult because she just wants her way and she doesn't want it to go down like this.
Right. Right. Yeah. Sometimes, ladies, we gotta just let go. We can't hold on to something that don't want to be kept. That's all I got. But
Basically.
then we find out that, okay, so after this accident, these are the friends that show up at her home to come support her. Oh, girl, it's gonna be okay. Now, listen,
Uh,
y'all. The lady with the blonde hair is the one that's actually sleeping with her husband, and then her friend with the brown outfit on already knows. She knows that they're basically kicking it, but she didn't say anything. So at this point, we don't know, but they decide, okay, let's go out to the winery, to the wine house, and we're gonna go hang out and kick it, and just have a little fun.
mhm.
And they literally do just that. They literally do just that. Now they all looking all glamorous and cute and ready to get lit, ready to get drunk, ready to get a little tipsy. And they do get tipsy. But not only do they get tipsy, we have a plot, we have a moment, a plot twist, y'all. So at this particular winery, they end up getting captured, snatched up. All of them
Mhm.
look like they about to go through what's the name of that? It's that film where it's I forgot. Basically, they get tortured. I can't think of the name of the
Saw,
film right
like
now.
the Saw type of thing.
Saw.
Yeah,
Yeah, something
yeah,
like Saw,
yeah.
where you think they're about to get tortured, literally
Hmm.
tortured. Um, but then the plot twist is the very first plot twist, because this one right here had multiple plot twists. Plot twists.
Uh,
So let's see. Let's get to it. So in this multiple plot twist, we're gonna see your girl is in on it too. The one and only
right.
Delicious is in on the shenanigans.
Mhm.
She, as everybody is passed out, then the lights blank out, and the next thing you know, she's gone.
Yeah.
So now we had a conversation about this plot twist.
So
Tell me
as we
what your
discussed earlier, yeah, yeah, as we discussed earlier, like this is where I felt the writers botched it up. They dropped the ball because they pretty much revealed that she was in on it. Them being captured, them going to the winery, they revealed it too early. They climaxed too early. What I would have rather have seen was they all tied up. Delicious disappears, and we don't see her for like most of the film, and everybody still thinks it's the winery guy that's trying to torture them. But she can't.
right,
She disappeared, and then we see that the winery guy and her are like plotting against these two ladies, her best friends, right? And it's like after that, it was like, okay, like y'all could have held that out a little bit longer. Could have held it out a little bit longer to make it like, okay, where is she? Where is the girl? What happened to her? Like why is she not there? Nah, you gave us no mystery at all. So, but it kind of makes sense as I think about it. It kind of makes sense. Like, why would the winery guy be torturing these girls? But he could have just been sick and they could have just ran with that. He could be like a sick dude. I'm gonna knock these girls out and just do all types of crazy stuff. They could have ran with that and then revealed Delicious later on. But I
right,
know what they were trying to do. I know what they were trying to do. We wanted to find out the real reason why she was like had him captured and everything else like that.
right. Right. So in this captured moment, she reveals, I know you've been messing with my man, and I know you knew about it. So she tells all this to the friends in the midst of some little blickies getting popped off. Then we see Tommy. I'm calling them by their names that I know him from. Tommy, we see him pull up at the house. He's coming to look for his bae, which is the best friend with the blonde hair. He ends
Mhm,
up getting a blicky popped into him, uh,
mhm.
trying to fight Delicious off, but they end up kind of losing, y'all. They end up kind of losing. And then we get the double plot twist. The
Yeah, I did
double
like that.
plot twist.
I did like it. I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
We see that this entire situation, first of all, what we see is the winner of this altercation was the little one that we call Belinda, but she's in her, it's the, oh my God, this thing had me like, wait, what? I was like, are you serious right now?
I
So
liked it. Yeah.
I was with it. I was with it. Basically, all of this was about a freaking book. Like, while
Before
my
you
thing
move
is going,
forward, before
yes,
you move forward, do you notice what kind of bookstore it is though?
a
It's a
freaking
kids
kids book,
bookstore.
right,
So why you in the kids bookstore with this crazy story? Like they could have picked like a Barnes and Nobles or something.
right,
It
right,
was just weird. I
or
just noticed it and I was like, a kids bookstore? This is weird. They sell like
a
mystery.
privately
Yeah,
owned mystery bookstore or something, even a comic book store. So we find
something.
out, y'all, that this whole story is based on a book, but it's in the perspective from the friend. Like, she knows that basically it's her story to tell. So we're thinking that she's telling this from the experience that she just had. So how did you feel about them again? I know it was the kids bookstore, but how did you feel
Yeah.
about them revealing or showing that this stuff was based off of a book, or that the friend decided to write a book based off of this experience? Because
Got you,
that was
got you,
crazy.
got you. So it kind of makes sense now to me as we talk about it again. It makes sense why they revealed, I'm calling her Delicious, why they
Gotcha.
revealed Delicious early in the game. Because this is what they were working towards, which was this whole twist that all this time we watching this play out, and it's not even real. It's a book.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I think they made up for revealing Delicious too early by doing this plot twist at the end, because that was what they were working up to. So I did like how it kind of flipped out, but I also like the other one at the very end. I know you're gonna get to that.
Hmm. That's the triple
Uh,
plot twist. That is
yeah,
the triple plot twist. And
yeah.
I was just like, are you serious? Like, really? So basically, the triple plot twist ends up that, and this thing is slow, but everybody
Right.
is in on the shenanigans. Everybody, it could almost be considered a dream, but it was all a book. None of
Yeah.
this was really real. And everybody was like, girl, that character seemed real close. This better not be some real life situations, you know what I mean? But we do, the triple plot twist ends up being that they actually sleeping around for real. Tommy and Blondie are sleeping around for real.
Yeah.
And they're like, do y'all think they really know? Do you think they really no? You better hope they don't, because Delicious already told y'all, if we find out something really going on, it's gonna be a problem.
I really enjoyed
So
that
with
part.
that,
Like it,
with the three
yeah,
triple,
yeah, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the ending part where it was like they don't know, right? It was like, nah, they don't know. Like, so I like it because it turned out to be a real life situation that they was sleeping around. So the question really is, are we going to see another one that it actually does play out in real life?
right, right. And I
Yeah.
will actually watch that if they did that. I will actually
Yes.
watch that. So with
Yeah.
that, what would let me, this thing is super slow, but it's okay.
It's
What
all right.
did you rate it? Because I gave it a 9.5. Because of the triple plots, because of the three different plots. That's
Yeah.
why, because it literally actually kept me on edge. Like, okay, so now she
Hmm.
found out what's next. And now that she everybody's been popped, what's next? But they kept giving us and giving us and giving us. But that's why I gave it a 9.5. I know I'm generous with scores, but
You are.
what were your thoughts? What would you rate
I
it? I
would
know.
give, yeah, it's all right. I would give it a 9. I would give it a 9 as well. There was a lot of stuff in the middle that was kind of like, okay, this guy, he likes her, he got it tied up. And she's like, yeah, untie me. He's like, okay, I'll untie you. And then boom, he tries to kiss her, and then you know, she knees him in the groin. And it's like, come on, man. Like I saw that coming. And then, the
Right.
whole, I'm really critical on fight scenes. If you're gonna do a fight scene, it can't be sloppy. You know what I mean? So I think these films, these independent films, these original films just got to find the right fight coordinator so it looks at least a
Right.
little bit more realistic and not just all over the place. Just, the camera's just going crazy, and it was just not done well. So that's why, I would give it a 9. Yeah, I would give it actually, yeah, I'll give it a 9. I'll stick with the 9 because of the whole twist at the end
Okay.
that really made up for everything that I
Cool.
was just
Cool.
saying. Yeah.
Right. Right, right, right. Okay, okay. So I'm rocking with it. Jay's still rocking with it. 9.5. Either way, we rocking with it. And I absolutely recommend A Taste of Betrayal to everyone that's tapping in tonight. Y'all, if y'all are here, tap that like button so we can spread the word about what we have going on over here. And
Yeah.
also, if you're new, or if you've never seen Vacay J, you might be hiding under a rock or something because everybody knows Vacay J. But if you've never heard of him, make sure you head over to his channel at Vacay J TV and tap that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you can get reminders of his new content. He has some great stuff going on for you guys. Okay. All
Appreciate you.
right. All right, now we're gonna move on. I'm gonna try to make. I'm long winded, but I'm gonna try to make these two kind of fast. I'm gonna try to make these two kind of fast because we have we received we received some ruthless information,
Mm.
and y'all know your girl Ticah Deshawn was so excited to receive this ruthless information. With that, you guys, I'm calling it a little breaking news. But before I do that, let me fix this up. Here we go.
While you doing
Before
that, I want to
okay,
say what's up to Tamika's Den. Shout out to Tamika's Den. She rocking with us.
hey, what up, Tamika? All right, all right. Okay. Let's see. Let's work this thing out because y'all know I'm always doing something. But anyway, you guys, anyway,
Yeah.
we got some breaking news. I'm gonna just give it to y'all straight, uncut, raw, however you want to say it. I'm gonna give it to y'all. They gave us the Ruthless Addicts some behind the scenes footage. Tyler Perry
Mm.
Studios releases new footage from season 5, which will stream on BT Plus in 2024. Now, if you've been a
Wow.
Ruthless Addict for a long, long time, you know how the schedule goes. So the remainder of season 4 should come out sometime between November and December. And then in
Mm.
2024, we should receive season 5. But they gave us some behind the scenes footage. And oh my God, VKJTV, what were your thoughts?
Insane. Insane. I know you got each and every clip. It was going so fast. So I know you cherry picked each and every part of it, but insane. And shout out to the studio. Shout out to Tyler Perry Studio because of the strike. And we talked about it because of the strike. The actors and the actresses can't really promote it. So for them to do this video for us definitely got me even more hype and ready to go in when they come back. Like, look at that right there. Like, they fighting, in the pavilion. This is gonna be crazy. There's gonna be blood spilling. All of that torture.
Uh,
Like, it's gonna be crazy. I mean, the
What
children
do
in the
you
back.
think about River in Daikon's black outfit? Like what the heck?
Yeah, it's about to get wild. Like, it's gonna get wild. I'm getting hype. Even talking about it, I'm just getting hype because you know how we do with Ruthless.
Right.
So this behind the scenes. I mean, this is the perfect way to really get us ready and hype and set, and to say, hey, you know what? Don't forget about Ruthless. You got all these other shows out there. Ruthless, we still here. We still here. So I appreciate it, the studio for doing that.
Absolutely. And then this last image that I want, we kind of talked about this, but
Yeah.
I didn't want to go. I needed to talk about this because we knew that there was a plot. I felt like Ruth was going to betray these fellas, or not just betray, but
Yeah.
flip on them because they were
Oh yeah.
stupid. They literally gave their whole secret away to Ruth, and then I think
Hmm.
this is what's going to happen to him. And as we can
Yep.
see, we've got George in the scene, we've got Lewis in the scene. And I know it's kind of
Hmm.
hard for the audience, everybody that's tapping in, but we got Elder Mother Marvel that's sitting in, and
Yep.
Lewis, he don't look too good. He looked like they done poked out his eyes or did some craziness.
Yeah. Yeah, he
What?
got a whole bunch of like stuff on his eyes. I think again, we making predictions already.
Right,
But
right.
just like we said, like Roof with that whole setup and letting them try to rob the place and take her too. And once the highest sees all of that, yeah, he gonna pull out Lewis's eyes for looking at Roof like that, the wife to be. So I'm excited.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, I've already created a video. I know Jay, you're
Hmm.
gonna have a video coming soon.
Sure, absolutely.
Just to let the ruthless addicts know what is going
Yep.
on. But I just
Hmm.
had to talk about this again tonight. I think I'll be quiet on it a little bit longer, just in case they give us some more. Now,
Right.
shout out to Connie McCracken. I got some behind the scenes footage stuff from her. I can't reveal that
Mhm.
just yet, but shout out to her. Shout out to Bay2GA. We had him on the show together. Shout out to Bay2GA.
He was
He's
in the
in
clip too. He was in the
yeah,
clip
he was
too.
in the clip. He was in the
Yeah. Yeah.
clip. So they coming with the stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I can
Yeah.
say. So
We ready. We ready.
we we ready for sure. All
Yeah.
right, y'all. So we're gonna move on to our last and final discussion. Um,
Mhm.
listen, we got some people out in this internet world, in the YouTube world, in the Instagram world, in the Twitter world, in the TikTok world that are just doing the most. They're just doing way too much.
Mhm.
And for that, you guys, we have to drop them on the compound. We
We
gotta
gotta
drop them
do
on
it.
the compound because they're just doing way too much. So we're gonna
Mhm.
drop them on the compound. With that, y'all, let me bring my boy Jay back. My bad, Jay. That was all on me.
Yeah.
I'm always
It's all right.
flying to the left.
It's all right.
But with that, we have I'm just going to talk about two. I could really go on and on with people that's just doing ruthless, reckless stuff. But this particular scene, this particular moment here, let me get another clip.
Yeah, hey,
So these folks, these young folks, I don't know who they belong to. I don't know who children they are. I don't know
Mm.
what young adults they belong to. But this was
Yeah.
out in California where they are literally going from store to store to store and just literally robbing the place, just taking things from the place.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on? They definitely need to be dropped off at the compound because they need some corrective training or something. They just doing way too much.
Yeah. Like I think it has everything to do with the law being changed. And I don't know if you heard about that, that they're not really holding criminals long like they used to. They'll arrest them, they'll put them in holding, and then it won't last as long as it used to. So these guys are like, you know what? If that's the case, let me just go do what I got to do. It's not right. We already know. It's like that's why a lot of people are migrating. There's a lot of, you see it's California, right? A lot of people are migrating from
Right.
California and they're coming to Vegas. And Vegas,
Right.
they don't play, when the cops do not play out here. So I think that's the reason why a lot of people are moving, not only because it's wild expensive, but because the crime rate is definitely going to go up with this new law or the amendment of the law.
Absolutely. Listen, they got to do something. They have to get this under control some kind of way. And
Yeah.
I hate it if something happens and somebody has to get unalived by the police. Then they're going to be blaming the police. The police, they should have did this. They should have did that. But these
Hmm.
kids, they're just doing way too much. It's way too much.
Yeah.
So I hate it for them. But with that, we're dropping every last one of them, masking off on the Rockadooshie compound. They want to be big and bad. Go deal with the highest and and his shenanigans, and then we'll see if they still feel like doing all of this messiness that they're doing.
He gonna blow some powder in their face. They're gonna change.
So
We're gonna change right away.
exactly, exactly. So then, you guys, then we have one final moment. I'm gonna
Hmm.
give you guys the clip, and then we'll talk about it. So I
Wow.
was a little, I was a little undecided as to who I really wanted to drop on the compound with this whole situation. I thought about it and I thought about it, and I'm like, Spice kind of encouraged the situation, but then Erica had no business calling her that. But who I really want to drop on the Rockadooshie compound are the producers at VH1 of this particular episode. They knew that this was coming. They knew that this had all happened. They saw the footage. They filmed Love and Hip Hop. And for those of you that have never seen this comes from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And they filmed this almost a year ago. Even if it were 6 months ago or a month ago, they had this footage, but they still allowed it to stream anyway or allowed it to air anyway. So what do you think? I know we kind of talked about this, but what do you think, Jay? What help me out with
Yes.
this a little bit?
So I'm glad you read my mind. I think the more that we're connected, the more like we kind of think the same, because that's exactly what I was gonna go. I actually saw, and I think I may have sent it to you. I saw Scrappy's reaction to it, and he mentioned that. He's like, yeah, it may have been wrong for her to say that, but it's really the producer. There it is. Like that. That's exactly. I knew you had it. So he blames the producers because he knows that they got beef. He knows that the producers are setting them up so they can get more, ratings and everything else like that. So, and then turn around and fire her for a situation that you created and wrote and produced and set them up to go against each other. And I know that everybody getting paid, everybody getting checks or whatever the case is, but yeah, we need to drop everybody off because yeah, they even Spice needs, because she,
Yeah,
she really won, as you said, initiated it. She antagonized. I mean, you saying when you start bringing kids in the picture, you're gonna get emotional. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Anybody talking about my niece, anybody talking about my mom, you know what I'm saying? Like my mom don't like me or my niece don't like that's what she was doing. She was
right,
antagonizing Erica. And like she don't know who Erica is. Like Erica is a beast, especially
right.
when it comes down to family. And she been on Love and Hip Hop New York, Atlanta. She been on all dang near all the Love and Hip Hops. And if
Exactly.
you don't know, Erica is wild. Okay, so she gonna say whatever. So I wasn't surprised that she might have said something like this. Was she thinking? And we talked about it. Was she thinking? Nah, she wasn't thinking. She was going off emotions. She was angry, so she was saying some stuff and she wasn't thinking about it. The whole monkey thing, yeah, she shouldn't have said it, but I don't think that she was talking about all people of color. I think she was just
Right.
really trying to say something to go back
About
at
Spice.
this, yeah, about Spice specifically. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she was talking about because she's a person of color herself. You know what I'm saying? She's Spanish, so
Right.
it is. Was it the wrong word? Yeah, because as you mentioned, other races have used that word against us to call us, monkeys and stuff like that. So was it the wrong word? Yeah. Drop them all off, man. Drop them all off.
Listen, then Love and Hip Atlanta had the audacity to come through with this message. The Love and Hip Hop franchise has never shied away from hard conversations in our community. Working hand in hand with our partners, viewers will see the impact of Erica Mena's remarks play out in the final 3 episodes of the season. Effective immediately, she will not appear in the next season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And then Mona Scott Young goes on to say, handled, period.
Man, uh, it's crazy. It's so twisted. It's so twisted. You know that you was pitting these girls against each other. You don't control. There's no script, right? So they're gonna
Exactly.
say, if they're gonna act like they on the street. So you say something crazy to me, I'm gonna say something crazy back to you. Now, if I black out because you're saying something crazy, and I forget the cameras are there, I forget I'm being filmed, and I'm just coming after you, like what would they expect? But because she's getting the backlash, because of the cancellation, because
Yep.
the view of the public eye, it's like, yo, that's the wrong word, she should have never said that. And the whole society right now is so sensitive. This is not
Right.
1980s or 90s. You can't say stuff
At
like that
all.
and think that it's okay. It's not okay. So,
Right.
you know,
Right.
I like I said, drop them all off, like all of them. And again, I don't know if this was, I know I'm going on and on, but I don't
Go
know if
ahead.
this was filmed, and we talked about it. I don't know if this was filmed before or during, or well, before or during she was doing these movies, because she blew up with the movies and she's at a different level
Right.
now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Before she was saying, yeah, that's Erica Mena loving hip hop. We know that's how she is. She gonna curse out everybody. You know what I
Right.
mean? But now she's
When
like
that
Erica
vein
Mena,
start popping in the middle forehead, it's over with.
right?
It's over with.
But now she Erica Mena, the to-be star. She's at a different
Right.
level, and she
Right.
has, two Spanish and Jamaican kids now. She didn't have
Right.
that before when she was on Love and Hip Hop. So she's at a different level. She's a mommy now of two, brown kids. So yeah, I can understand why people would feel that way, but drop them all off on the compound for real.
Period. With
Yeah.
that being said, y'all know that's my phrase. With that being said, you guys, that is about it. That is about it. We have dropped them on the compound. We have done a couple of ruthless ratings, and we've got a little breaking news. So I want to thank you so much, VKJTV, for coming in here, helping your girl out with this catching up that I'm trying to do. You always been so supportive, and I absolutely appreciate you for that. Let the people know what you have coming up next, because I know you stay busy.
Absolutely. I want to thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure. And I would take any time in the world to come and rock with you at any given moment. So you already know how we do. We're going to stay supportive of each other. What's coming up next? You already know. What's Next is dropping. Check out the What's Next for Power Book 4 Force as far as episode 2. Check out the What's Next for episode 6 of The Shy. Check us out this coming Monday as we're going to break down what happened in episode 5 for The Shy and what happened in episode 1 of Power Book 4 Force. But before that, tomorrow we are dropping the Grown Man Talk episode 1. All right, season 1, episode 1. And shout out to the fellas that came through, and we definitely going to drop the entire episode for you guys to check out. Definitely hit that like button if you like what you hear, and definitely drop your comments. I want to definitely see if this is something that you guys like. If you like more grown man talk, definitely let me know. And then, maybe we'll get some more fellas on there and, talk about mental health and talk about a lot of different things that we as men go through and how we need to step up and become better leaders in our communities, and how we can, work with our sisters to build our community. You know what I'm saying? So definitely check that out. And what else going on? A lot of other things going on, but yeah, that's it for now. That's it for now. Thank you again, Ticah, for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you guys, I'm on everybody's channel these days, so I appreciate that. I will be tomorrow. Oh, it's on, y'all. Virtual club eating, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Bring your wine, bring your ones. We coming to talk about all the Queen's Men. This last episode, episode 8. It's Ticah, it's myself, Ticah Deshawn at All Things Ruthless, and my girl EJ the TV Junkie. We always have our friends come through with us. Tamika's Den, Nita the Diva. We got so many people that come and kick it with us every week, and we may have a special guest. You never know. You just gotta tap in and tune in. That's all I'm saying. And Monday, y'all just keep watching, hit the notification bell, keep the notification on because I'll pop up with information, videos, everything that I could think of when I have the opportunity to do it. So I appreciate your support. With that being said, thank y'all so much for tapping in and tuning in tonight. Jay, this has been fun. Maybe next time I'll have some more friends come through. But this was absolutely amazing and fun. And I look forward to seeing you on. Oh, y'all, check out that Grown Man Talk for real. Like I'm a VIP. I'm a vacay VIP.
Yes. Yes,
And
you are.
get your VIP subscription, join the club. But this
Yeah,
conversation is from the fellas, but if ladies, we can learn some things as well. Okay. So make sure you
absolutely.
guys check that out. Thank you so much to Mika's Den for tapping in and everybody else that's been in and out. I absolutely appreciate you. Stay ruthless.
Salute.
Hey.